Moonlit sky, roads are dry, my mind is running free. The mountain shapes and leafless trees remind me of another time in a place across the sea, with pockmarked hills and confirmed kills and bombers in the night, of waking up in a foxhole to the sound of a firefight. Mortar tubes start popping, shooting straight up in the air. Voices shouting in Vietnamese, confusion everywhere. Puff the magic dragon arrives upon the scene. We hear his guns start to hum as they spit their deadly red stream. 8-inch rounds come screaming in like banshees from the sky. They explode their lethal load, and it's someone's turn to die. The fight goes on all night long as they try to take our hill. And here's where we'd stay trapped for 2 more days as they move in for the kill. Cut off from the water, supplies were getting low. One thing was for certain, it was time to go. How many were wounded, I couldn't even guess. But some of those guys were really a mess. Medevac choppers under fire came in. We loaded the wounded and they were gone again. But the zone was too hot to make another pass, so the dead wouldn't fly out until next to last. When the time finally came to leave, 15 body bags lined the LZ. Inside of each, a guy who was once like me, but who's now free from this insanity. If you think you'd never envy the dead, just run this scene through your head. Tired and thirsty, our bodies were beat. Dust in our canteens, nothing to eat. It's a beautiful morning was playing on the radio. Our gear was all staged in nets, ready to go. The birds were coming to get us out when an incoming round started a fire that almost turned the LZ into a funeral pyre. We dragged the bodies away from that hell, but our ammo didn't do so well. The heat set a couple boxes burning, and some small arms rounds started churning. But they weren't the only things that were in the net. The grenades just hadn't started blowing yet. We had to do something and do it quick, because the choppers were coming and they could never land with those things burning out of hand. We had to get rid of them before they blew, and that was my job, but what could I do? About that time, the colonel appeared. He was a gutsy old guy, and he had a determined look in his eye. He pulled the burning box away from the Z, then he looked over and motioned to me. He said he wasn't sure we'd be leaving that day, so we couldn't throw too much ammo away. So we opened the box, and man, what a thrill, throwing hot hand grenades off the side of a hill. Well, we looked up and didn't get blown away. The birds got in, so we didn't have to stay. Maybe we'll get to do this again someday.